Ammonites are one of the most common fossils in the world. The animals were cephalopods, the group that includes squid and octopus. They first appeared in the Devonian, which began around 420 million years ago, was the same time period as the first sharks, and the reign of the armored fish called placoderms. Ammonites died out 65 million years ago at the end of the Cretaceous, along with the dinosaurs, although they had begun to decline before then. The closest living relative of the ammonites are squid, octopi, and cuttlefish. Although not a direct descendant, the living nautilus looks and lives much like the ammonites did. Hello everyone! This is Kestrel Raptorial, and this is the first of my fossil entries. Videos that I will make from time to time talking about a particular topic in paleontology, usually a chosen prehistoric creature. Like the nautilus, ammonites lived inside their shells, most species having coiled shells, though uncoiled shelled species are known. The shell was divided into a series of chambers, which the animal could fill or empty of water, and thus control their buoyancy. The animal's body itself only occupied the final chamber, and when faced with a predator, it could close up the opening to the chamber and hide inside. This wouldn't protect them from everything. Large plesiosaurs and mosasaurs could, of course, crush the shells to get to them, but it often worked. Ammonites were predators, just as their relatives are today. Some fed on plankton, which are free-floating larvae and other tiny creatures in the water column, small crustaceans, other small animals they could catch, but recent evidence supports that they weren't really designed to handle large prey. The name Ammonite comes from Ammon, the Egyptian god of the sun, one of the many variations of Ra. One of the symbols attributed to Ammon was a ram, and the fossils were thought to resemble ram's horns. They've also been said to resemble coiled snakes, and people once would carve snakes' heads into the fossils as a way of attempting to validate this mythology. As of writing this entry, I have 3 ammonites in my fossil collection. One bought in Nova Scotia, one I bought on my trip to Okinawa back in 2005, and I'm not sure where I got the third one from. My ammonites are all the size of coins and smaller, yet I've seen some the size of truck wheels. They are sometimes considered gemstones, particularly when there has been some buildup of iridescent material within the fossil. This gem of ammonite fossils is called ammolite. If you want to buy ammonite fossils, they're not very expensive, of course. The larger one is, the more pricey it'll be. For paleontologists like myself, of course, every fossil is a gemstone, whether it's shiny or not. Ammonites are just so common because they were so abundant for so long, and because their hard shells and life in the open sea meant they were exactly the type of creature that had the best chance of their remains fossilizing. They're widely known as index fossils, meaning they are of particular value in determining and aging the rock layers in which they are found, because most distinctive types, different genera and species of ammonites, only existed for a very brief geological time, a couple million years, often. Therefore, when you find ammonites in the rock layer, you can match them up with the genus they belong to, and then look up the time frame in which that genus lived, and you've got a pretty good age for that layer of rock, which can help you study what else you find. If you play Pokemon and you want an ammonite, you can go find a helix fossil and revive it into an ammonite, then level it up into an Omastar. Unlike actual ammonite fossils, helix fossils are not so common in the games, but you can get one. Or you can trade for one, I guess. I think ammonites are really cute.